Welcome to the mid-North Atlantic. Our captain, who will be crossing for the 7th time, has never seen anything like this.
Starting to get a little nervous. You think we're actually gonna make it? We're having to burn a lot of fuel.
Luckily, we didn't get too comfortable because things can change quickly out here.
Man, we've got some wind today.
Our starboard ZF engine controls went down early, so we now manually put it in gear and use a string connected directly to the throttle to maintain a certain RPM, usually around 2,000. I'm getting good at knowing the RPMs by sound.
We're in the doldrums. We're gonna be in this hole for about 3 more days. We're hoping Sunday, maybe the wind will pick up, we'll get out of it. A few things come to mind. One thing is we got a solid boat with plenty of fuel. We're not even halfway through our fuel yet, and we're over halfway, so we're looking good there. The big difference for me is that this is a delivery, and this is actually the first delivery that I've done. So I've gotten used to living on my own boat, cruising, paying for everything, you know, pinching pennies, doing what I can to fix what needs to be fixed and survive and have fun and all of that on a budget. So that adds an extra level of stress. Come on here. But on the delivery, all of that is gone. We got plenty of fuel. I didn't pay for it. Carl's, he's got it. So when we get to the other side, we're just gonna fuel up, no big deal. So we'll just burn fuel and get through this, and everything's good. Atlantic crossing dance, take 1.
Yeah, told us. Ready?
Atlantic dance, take 3. Take 4. Final take.
But we messed up our arms.
Go.
Wait, but we already messed it up so much.
We're calling it, we're calling it. Let's go. It's another beautiful sunrise. Still waking up. One of the things Captain Tony wants all of us to do, really, throughout each watch, is to walk around the deck and look for pins, just anything that looks out of place. Look up at the sails, at the rigging. Tony actually found a pin that was right about there, just about to go off the net, and that pin came out of one of our cars, and we got to reuse that pin to fix the cars. We've had to repair about 6 cars on this trip, and that was a good find. And if you see cotter pins or anything, you know, then it makes you aware that there's something, Houston, something's off. Check the cars, because I mean, we've repaired almost all of them at this point. Hoping for some wind within the next day or 2. This has been wild. Tony said, you know, this is his 7th Atlantic crossing. He's never seen the water this flat, this calm for this amount of time. So it's been many, many days, and I'm still shocked every day that we're in the middle of the Atlantic. And what I pictured in my head, especially reading about the North Atlantic and just seeing some videos, I had a very different idea of what this would be like. And you know, every sail will be different, and it'll have its challenges and its things to be grateful for. And you know, it's a little bit not so fun using the motor as much as we've had to use it, but at the same time, it's been awesome. It's been sweet, you know, very little rain. Only one night did I have to sit in the rain, and the sea state is just flat calm. I mean, you know, hey, I'm gonna take it. Let's go.
Just drop it all onto here.
So our job is just to keep it here on the deck. It just ripped.
What?
It ripped.
Hey, coming.
Yeah, it ripped right here. how does it come out of this?
Take out, they only get a
I
fly.
gotta take that out?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it here.
Yeah. Actually, you can ease off a bit more on the halyard.
Whoops.
A bit more.
I think, Karsten, will you guide it down the track?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be going on its own. Right here? That's a sail repair well done. Sail tape on one side, duct tape worked for the shade cover. And then we just noticed way up high, there's two previous repairs that they used duct tape for the sail shade cover. And the thing that kind of was the bummer is when I was pulling it out of the track, it ripped right down here at the track, but we taped it up and then sewed it up right above where the rip was so that it wouldn't, you know, keep going. Starting to get a little nervous. You think we're actually gonna make it? We're having to burn a lot of fuel.
Yeah, we'll make it.
How could you be so sure?
Well, I put just enough fuel in it, and we're nearly out of fuel.
We are now over 14 days at sea, going on 15. I just charted our last day. We made about 180 miles in over 24 hours. We didn't write down our lat long until about an hour and a half after 24-hour period. We're averaging a little over 6 knots, but we're having to run that motor, and we're now dipping into our jerry cans. So the fuel is getting low. It looks like maybe 3 more days. And every time we check the weather, it looks like, okay, tomorrow's the day that the wind fills in, tomorrow's the day. But each time we check it, it's like the hole that we're in is just kind of moving with us. And then we look and it looks like, okay, tomorrow. But I feel pretty good about today. I was looking at windy last night, and it just looks like the whole area is gonna fill in soon. But again, it has looked like that for a while. So we are now just hoping for some wind, because fuel is beginning to be a little bit of a concern. And I mean, hey, it'd be nice to sail. One thing though, we're not doing so well at catching fish. We caught that one fish early on, and we got 2 lines out again, but I don't know what's going on. They're not biting. Luckily we have plenty of food. Or Navionics here. Looks like we're getting in close. We came all the way from down here. Woo! So it does look like we're narrowing in here. That's all we got left for the first leg. Hello, wind. I've missed you. It's good to feel you again. Sun is setting and it's getting a little bit chilly. We've noticed that the temperature of the water has dropped about 7 degrees since we left Grenada. The watches are going by faster and faster. Hours are turning into days. caught Karsten in the galley making one of my personal favorite snacks, the power ball. I don't know what Karsten calls it, but I've been calling it the power ball. We've got everything out. She's mid-mix here. We've got oatmeal, honey, peanut butter, and chickpeas.
I hate whenever you call it that.
All right, I'm sorry, I said that on purpose. It's chickpeas, but I actually have called them chickpeas my whole life, but Karsten hates that, so. I present to you the power ball. Chickpea, peanut butter, honey, oatmeal, all in a nice little convenient ball. During last night's night watch, I felt inspired and I wrote a poem. Moon so bright upon the sea, share your secret please. You shine just right within the night, the light for all to see. Just reflect the light that shines and know you are complete. Sometimes they only see a little part of me, but I assure you I'm all there, and so are you, my dear. The love you seek is part of you. It's there to be given. But when you think it's what you need, all that you want is hidden. For I don't shine without the sun and someone to behold. The secret to my shining light, no need for one to hold. Choose to shine in this moment, you're all that you see. Reflect the light, there's nothing to it, let your love be free. Clouds may hide, sometimes they'll see a little part of thee. Yet you're the same, always unchanged, illusions of the free. 3 a.m. ship time. I'm not even sure what the real time is because we've crossed a few time zones. But my watch is just about over and we've got 11 knots of wind. So not only has the wind shifted out of the south, which we were hoping for, waiting for many days. It kept delaying another day and another day, but now we got a wind from the south and it's 10, 11 knots, so nothing crazy, but we are able to pull the sails and we're conserving fuel, which is huge. We're gonna be cutting it real close here, Bob. But let's go. I think we got wind just in time. Seas are still calm, but picking up just a wee bit compared to what we've been looking at for the last couple days. And it's getting cold, a little chilly. Let's go, baby.
Man, we've got some wind today. Pulling about 17 knots of wind. And
How about that wind, baby?
Joel's not dressed for the weather, but I am. Yeah, let's go.
One of our missions on this delivery is to keep this olive tree alive all the way to Dubai.
It's getting a wee bit sporty here. We Captain Tony and Danny pulled in the jib just a little bit. It looks like maybe we got it flying 2/3 head sail. They still got the one reef in the main, and we're easily doing 8 knots right now. Winds are about 18, there's 20, 21 knots. We got a boat on our AIS here too. All right, things are getting exciting here. Coming in on the home stretch, we got a little over a day left at this speed. You guys saw that guy on the AIS? I don't see him in, did you spot him in real life or no? Yeah. Woo! Yeah, he's someone's on our tail here. Under 4 miles. Let's go, baby. getting over 30, so we pulled the headsail and now we just have the main out and we're still doing 9 knots. Changed fast. Whoa.
We are now into the 15th day of our crossing and caught wind just in time. By the end of this day, we have covered 2,332 miles, averaging 155 miles a day, which gives us an average speed of 6.5 knots. Not bad considering we were in a no-wind hole for about a week. Coming up next, we arrive in the Azores, and there will be much work to be done before continuing onward.
Just replaced the halyard. I'm not done yet, but look at this view.
Subscribe, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Ow!
These are the tales of Boab.
Bones on a boat. B-O-A-B, baby, where? B-O-A-B, baby, where? B-O-A-B.